Hey everyone, welcome to today's module on choosing your correct business model. Guys, I've invited Drew Innes, our head coach here at the Academy and business strategist, to really go over assisting you in really developing or choosing which business model is right for you. You know, we're going to go through the different types of business models that are really used in the online world, and we're going to really highlight Ascension. Many of you guys don't know what that is. Now, Drew's going to share with you a bit more, but let me give you a little example. I'm going to use the example of one of our tribe members because it doesn't matter if you're in brick and mortar or if you've been working online or if you've never worked on the online world, you can choose a business model and always include Ascension in your model. For instance, right, Drew, we've got a tribe member. They're a Dutch family. They actually have a villa. They run a villa here in Bali. And we started working with them. And even though they've never worked online, they started to learn some of the social media strategies to help market their villa. And then they decided to put together a blog so they can share some of the things that they love. But what we decided to do is help them include Ascension into their small business and their brick and mortar, I guess if you would call it, business model. And what started to happen is they noticed that their lifetime customer value, right, which we'll talk even more deeply about, began to increase. So although they used a blog, they used some affiliate marketing, right, they found some products that they relate to that they were able to share on their blog, but more importantly, they marketed their villa. Let's say they were charging, let's say $300 a night for their villa. And we said, let's add in some Ascension into this business model. And she started to bundle up different packages that they have just within the villa world. Not in the online world, not in the product or service world, but they were able to actually build onto their normal customer value that they would have had just from that one sale or that one rental. So what we want to do is we want to actually help you guys. That was just a good example, just to give you guys an idea that you don't have to be in the online world to understand being an affiliate, having a blog, or using Ascension. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to get out of your way, and I'm going to allow Drew, who's our expert and our business model strategist, to help you guys not only either decide which business model you're going to use, because some of you guys may not even have something to offer yet. You're just using the Academy as education or to possibly become affiliate, use our Share the Love program. But more importantly, Drew is an expert and a business strategist assisting you at choosing that model and helping you build on and add in the Ascension so that your lifetime customer value continues to grow over time. So, Drew, I'm going to have you take it away. Tribe, here you go.
Fantastic. Thanks, Rhonda. Yeah, just as Rhonda said, having a deep understanding of where Ascension can be used to increase your average customer value is critically important. But before we get into that, I just want to maybe set the scene. For many people that are seeing this video potentially for the first time, you're probably wondering what's the logical next step for you to actually get involved on the internet to potentially start a business, or if you've got an existing business, how do you actually scale that business to achieve your, let's just call it your financial goals and objectives, to create the life that you love? Because in the Freedom-Preneur movement, that's what it's about. It's about working with business owners and entrepreneurs from all over the world to develop strategies that align with their goals and objectives. Because ultimately what we want to do is we want to use things like Ascension, we want to use automation, we want to use outsourcing to help people start, grow and scale a business to allow them to underpin the life that they love. And particularly with the way that the internet is going today, actually run that business from anywhere in the world. Now, this is actually possible. So what I'm going to be running through here with you today is, what are the various types of business models that you can actually start with? And we've developed what we call a sort of strategy process that we take people through to allow us to understand more about them, what's important to them in their life. And then what we do is we develop a strategy to actually start to put in place a business that allows them to, for example, potentially productize an expertise or knowledge that they have. Now, this is not uncommon. Everyone's heard the, sort of that cliched saying of if you find something that you love and actually find a way to work that you'll never work a day in your life. Now, that can be true, But what you've got to have, particularly if you're trying to transition from, say, if you're gainfully employed, you're actually currently working a job or you're working a traditional business that you may not be enjoying, there's so many people out in the world today that have passions, and they have potentially what I call $1 million idea. Literally. You know the saying, everyone's got a book within them? I think everyone's also got $1 million idea within them. What they need though is expert guidance to help them package that knowledge, productize it, and then help them market it potentially to a worldwide audience. And that's what the internet allows us to do. So what we want to do is actually work out with you what is the ultimate strategy for you as somebody stepping into the internet arena, somebody that wants to transition and become more of a freedom-preneur and travel and work off the internet, again, marketing their passions or their products or their ideas. But you've got to have an understanding, first of all, where you are right now, what's the ideal fit for you, and then how we can work with you to potentially commercialize it in the most effective way. So let's sort of talk about this. I'm going to work from here down, and then I'm going to come back to Ascension again to make sure that you're crystal clear about that concept, because it's all important. So what are the various business models that an everyday person can get started with on the internet? Well, firstly, there's personal products or services. So that's just essentially somebody that's working already in a effective, or maybe not effective, traditional business. What we need to do is help them productize what they're already doing in the offline world and build things like, and I don't want to get overly technical here because we can get into the terminology of the industry when we meet in person, but develop things like sales funnels. And that's just a way in which you can introduce your initial offer and step by step people through a process so they can actually understand more about you, more about what you're passionate about, more about the expertise and service that you can offer to the world, and more importantly, the solutions to the problems that you have potentially to offer those potential customers or target market of yours. So we can help people productize what they already have and make that transition into the online world. We can help them establish things like email autoresponders. So that's just simply a way in which you can automate the follow-up with your customers to make sure that you're delivering your message regularly, because it's not just about attracting people, but it's also engaging with those customers and also then building trust with them over time. So autoresponders, email autoresponders is just one way in which we can help you develop that ongoing connection with your clients. The third thing that we can help you with, and particularly in the area of personal products or services, is if you've now packaged the idea, you've now shared it with the world through your sales funnel, we can obviously help you tap into all the social media realms to market it, things like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, email marketing we've mentioned, and any other online social media forum that will allow you to reach your target market. So advertising and marketing your offer is obviously important. So if we develop all of those systems for you, now you're actually finding a way in which you can reach your market, you can automate the contact with your market, which is engagement, and then the next thing that we can help you do is develop what I call back-end processes to connect with your customer and then create the sale. And the reality is it's not actually about selling. It's all about establishing your target market and putting in front of them the actual solution to the problem that you have. And we've developed ways in which we can connect with audiences, irrespective of what the target market is, and make sure that we sympathetically identify what it is that they're looking for, the solutions to the problems that we can provide, and then we know when that environment exists, the sale is almost fait accompli. So it's just something that will happen in the natural course of actually working with somebody and communicating with them in a sensitive way. So personal products or services. Now, the next point that we can talk about here is affiliate marketing. Now, Again, I don't want to overcomplicate this, but when it comes to affiliate marketing, it is, for many, many people, the easiest way to get started. And essentially what affiliate marketing means is that you can actually work with us to develop skills in advertising or marketing, and you can take an existing person's product or service or offer and simply market that and share with the owner of that product and service, share in a percentage of the commission or revenue. This is not uncommon. In fact, there are many, many marketplaces in the world today that have an unlimited amount of products and services by different categories and different niche markets: health and wellness, survival, personal and professional development, dating, online marketing and sales training, just to name a few of the big target markets or niche markets that are out there. So there are huge marketplaces that you can immediately tap into and become an affiliate of, and then work with us to learn some skills in promoting those companies' products and services and sharing the commission. So for people that are looking for a solution to immediately step into the internet and get involved in marketing, and also making a little bit of money while they're what I call figuring out what they're potentially going to productize themselves and then start marketing themselves in their own right, affiliate marketing could be a good starting point. There are also what I call two tiers of affiliate marketing. There's sort of what we call low ticket front end products. So they're typically marketing products and services in all different niches that range in price from anywhere from around $17 for an ebook, going right up to a few $100 for any type of product or service. It could be a health product, it could be a survival product, it could be an e-learning information product. So literally there's no limit to that. If there's people out there that have got a particular expertise or specialty in all different niche markets that have developed these products and services, and that's just an example of them productizing their passion and sharing it with the world, and encouraging potentially you to come in and share with the profits of that by promoting their company's product or service. So there's low ticket, what we call low ticket affiliate marketing. So things that are typically under maybe a few $1,000s or under $1,000. And then there's another whole world, and we call it high ticket affiliate marketing or top tier. High ticket affiliate marketing or top tier is where somebody gets involved in promoting someone else's products and services that are potentially scale in value from anywhere from over $1,000 or typically over around $2,000 right up to tens of thousands of dollars. And believe me when I tell you this, I was recently looking at one of the top business coaches and speakers in the online world today, and he actually has an affiliate offer for a $250,000 product. That's essentially an annual coaching program. So people can become affiliates of his coaching program and promote that service, and that product ranges right up to $250,000 in value. So again, high ticket affiliate marketing, it's just another area that you can get involved in. And I might talk a little bit further about that when we come back to Ascension. The next thing that we could speak about now is blogging. Now, blogging is probably one of the easiest, funnest, cheapest, immediate things that anyone can do. Literally, you can establish a blog online today for free because there are many services that you can take advantage of to do that. You just need a hosting account, which will cost you less than probably $12 a month to establish. And you can just start writing about your passions and sharing that with the world. And again, here within the Academy, we have training products on how you can start blogging and start writing about the things that you're passionate about and sharing that with the world. The term that we use for that is creating content and syndicating it. You can also create things like video blogs. So that's where you shoot a little video each day and put it on your blog and explain to people, potentially it might be a training, you might be doing a little expose on a product, or you might just be sharing your passion for traveling the world. So blogging is definitely one of the easiest starting points. Now, when it comes to this whole process of what I'll call monetization, and again, I don't want to confuse you with industry terms, but if you think about it like this, if you're looking for a way to become a professional, say, online business owner, then making money off whatever strategy you're working with is important to some degree, because otherwise you won't be able to sustain not only your business, but you also won't be able to develop the life that you love, particularly if your goal is to become someone that's full-time living off the internet. So one of the things that you just need to bear in mind when it comes to things like blogging is that it's a bit of a longer-term strategy. You're not going to create a blog post today and potentially share that with the world and make instant money overnight. But it's definitely a strategy that anyone that's committed to developing a brand and what I call positioning themselves on the internet is worth looking into. And we can talk to you further about that within the Academy. The next model is affiliation and or with business opportunities. So this is again just another form of affiliate marketing. Now, when we talk about business opportunities, that's a bit like opening a can of worms, quite honestly, because there are a number of things that we need to take into consideration. Different styles of business opportunities. The two that spring to mind that everyone would be familiar with is multi-level marketing and what we call direct sales. Now, here at the Freedom-Preneur movement within the Academy, we're not against business opportunity style businesses. In fact, for many people, it possibly is the right starting point. However, it's important that you actually work with a business coach and a strategist to actually understand what your goals and objectives are and what is the most appropriate business model for you. So when it comes to things like multi-level marketing and direct sales, that's essentially where you're joining a company, and most people are motivated to join companies for a number of reasons. Some fall in love with the products, some just love the whole networking aspect of business opportunities, and obviously there's many people that just simply do it for the money. So again, it's really important to understand what your drivers are, what's motivating you, so we can establish what the right business fit for you is also. So affiliation with income opportunities, again, we've developed an association within the Freedom-Preneur movement with a group of people under the through the what we call the Online Alliance. And within the Online Alliance, we have an area in there that's specialist for these types of business opportunities. It's called the Top Tier Academy. So we've got an association with them. So again, if you're a small business owner or entrepreneur and you want some further information on that, we can definitely discuss that with you in a strategy session. And then finally, down to bricks-and-mortar online business presence. The reality is, today, when you think about where we are, I think in the course of human history, never before than this period in time that we're in right now has there been an enormous opportunity for everyday business owners, irrespective of the niche that you're focusing in, whether that's business services, whether you're providing just a retail distribution strategy, whether you're a wholesaler, whether you're in franchising, it doesn't matter. Irrespective of where you are in your business right now, the reality is, and I heard this about 15 years ago when I was actually working on some strategies for a construction company, someone said to me, you know what, the internet can be leveraged for more than just an online brochure. And even back then, people were saying, if you didn't have a position on the internet, then you just simply weren't in business. Nothing could be truer than that today. If you don't have a position on the internet, essentially what you are doing is, I think personally, a disservice to your customers. Because if you have a product or service that's meaningful, then I think you have a responsibility as a business owner to share that with the world. One of the most powerful things that the internet allows you to do is tap into, obviously, web-enabled services. Many of them today are free. If you think about all of the social media platforms, most of those are free. And for a small amount of investment in time, money and effort on your part, to get the right coaching, to get the right mentoring, and to develop the right strategy, you can actually explode your business by taking it into more of a global presence. So gone are the days where a small business owner needs to just think locally. The opportunity is all around you. So we work with small business owners and entrepreneurs every day now in traditional bricks and mortar businesses to help them make that transition from the offline world effectively into the online world. And then we teach them strategies on how to increase the revenue in their business. And Rhonda mentioned before this all-important terminology called increasing the average customer value. So let's sort of bring that back to Ascension, why it's so important. And if you're somebody like me, I like to actually sit around and observe people and also observe what's happening in local businesses. And if you go into many traditional businesses today, and this is probably a little bit of a crude or crass way of saying it, you can just see so much lost opportunity and them leaving money on the table. And if you can work with someone to help you develop what we refer to as Ascension, so that's essentially looking at your business and understanding what products and services you have today to solve your clients' problems. Because from our perspective, the number one reason why most people are in business is to actually help other people get what they want. Or as I say, to help solve other people's problems. If we can agree for a moment that that's the core purpose behind every business owner, particularly us here at the Freedom-Preneur movement, to work with small business owners and entrepreneurs all around the world to help them solve their clients' problems, then it's sort of incumbent on you to find ways in which you can continue to develop products and services that I call have transformative value to your customer base. Now, when I talk about this idea of there's lots of money left on the table, and this sort of notion that you're incumbent to actually continue to develop services that are meaningful to your customers, what I'm really talking about is just looking at your business practically and stepping back from it for a moment and going, how can I bundle things together? So have you noticed anything different? Marketing is all about mixing it up. So you might be noticing that I'm standing here in a different shirt. Why is that? Because we're here in Bali and it is about, 100 degrees in the shade. And we had this annoying noise in the background that we had to solve so we could continue this video shoot. So my apologies if my black shirt is offending anyone. Anyway, let's continue on with the lesson. I just want to wrap things up now because this really is the all-important close on Ascension. Why is it so important to small business owners, entrepreneurs, or anyone really looking to get started on the internet? And if you're in an existing business, not having an understanding of Ascension and the role that it plays could be the number one reason why your business is either struggling or not allowing you to achieve the results that you're looking for. So I want to try and do this succinctly as possible. We've spoken about the average lifetime customer value. And I think Rhonda did a fantastic job of explaining it. The reason why it's so important that you continually look for ways to build in Ascension into your product mix or business model is because it speaks directly to this term that we call economics. And again, I don't want to confuse too many people on this particular trainings, because when you're working with a business coach within the academy, we can actually look at your business and look at your product mix. We can find ways in which we can help you or advise you on how to build Ascension into your existing business models. And for those of you that don't already have Ascension built in, we can develop a tiered product mix that offers more what I call transformative value to your customers to help you increase the all-important economics of your business. That just simply means that if you think about the fast-paced competitive world on the internet today, there is definitely a rising cost of traffic. So there's two ways in which you can generate traffic through your marketing to your website. One is through free traffic strategies. For example, we talked about blogging or the use of social media, and the one is through paid advertising or paid marketing traffic strategies, things like PPC, Facebook, Instagram, and so on and so forth. Again, they can come in a further lesson. But if you think about competition in the marketplace, if you're within a particular competitive niche, it may be health and wellness, it could be survival, it could be dating, it literally could be any niche market that you're in, particularly business services, e-learning, and probably marketing services. They're fairly competitive niches. So what you need to do is find ways in which you can work with existing customers and offer more transformative value by finding other problems that potentially you can help them with, and start to develop products and services or bundle existing products and services to give them solutions that we call, they're tiered. If you can imagine, the word ascension literally means ascend. So imagine if I created a solution to a problem and I sold that for $47. Well, it would be incumbent on me to actually then work with my customer and see how I can also add further value to their business. So I might develop something at $147 and then something at $497 and so on and so forth. So literally the tiered product mix ascends in value. When you get the tiered product mix right and you're working with your existing customer base, providing them with all of the services that they need to solve their problems, and it's got to be inherently transformative value. And what that essentially means is it has to be meaningful. It's got to provide value to your customers beyond just the additional margin that you might make within your business. When you get the economics right, it essentially means that your average customer value will increase. And as your average customer value increases and your business becomes more economically viable, it gives you more money to market with, to allow you to go and attract more customers to work with, and essentially not only grow and scale your business, but spread your message and service to the world. So ascension is critical. And if this is a subject that is new to you, then I'm going to close out this video by just encouraging you. Reach out to either myself, one of the head coaches here, Drew Innes, within the Academy, or any other of our coaches, and make sure that you book in for a strategy session so we can take a look at your existing business and help you to develop these strategies, which I know are going to increase not only the value of your business, but it's going to increase the service that you're providing to your existing customers, and it may take you one step closer to living the life that you love. Bye for now.